Well, Donald Trump was just sworn in as the 47th president of the United States, and as you can tell, I'm thrilled. But people who are unironically happy about this are the wealthiest Americans who are about to get a lot richer. In fact, they were there at his inauguration this morning to celebrate the dawn of this new hyper-plutocratic era in American politics. And the men in this photograph are worth a combined $886 billion. In fact, one of them is poised to become the world's first trillionaire. Now, the way that they're going to enrich themselves is by sucking all of us dry. But to demonstrate this, I want to go back to a couple of days before the inauguration because Trump decided to launch a meme coin, which is an obvious scam created to steal even more money from his own supporters. And to say it's a scam really would be an understatement. I mean, Trump, look, let's just put it this way. Haktua walked so President Trump could run. And the reactions to this by the people who he scammed are priceless, and we're going to get to that. But first, here's a breakdown of the Trump coin from YouTuber Voidzilla, who explains why this is such a brazen scam.
80% is owned by the Trump camp. Only 20% goes to the public. 10% went to the liquidity pool, and 10% went to the public allocation. Here's the rest of it. This is their website, gettrumpmemes.com. And yes, I've thought at first this was a hack. I was like, there's no way this could be true. CIC Digital is fully owned by the Donald Trump Revocable Trust. So it's kind of unclear exactly, like, is he getting paid a licensing deal for this? Is he just one of the guys? It's not that clear. But let's just break down, because I think that's kind of intentional that it's not that clear. Here's the creators. Here's the allocation. So there's 6 groups who are getting the rest of the 80%, and they're all labeled very obscurely. Like it's just, creators in CIC Digital 1, CIC Digital 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's it. That's all the description we get, at least on this page. And you can see that they're not locked up at the start. They have a 3 to 12 month lockup duration, depending on the group. And basically they unlock over 24 months. That's the punchline. So over 3 years, all of this will be unlocked. This token will be diluted by the rest of that 80%. What I think is so cynical about this is that it's going to fully vest during the presidency. So it's like there's no way that they're not going to get millions of dollars out of this. They're going to extract so much value from the Trump base. And degens, of course, but it's insane. It's like going to be the historic grift.
Indeed. It's such an obvious scam that it's incomprehensible that anyone would be stupid enough to fall for it. But in America, anything really is possible, my friends. Now, just to put it into perspective, how much of a boon this has already been for Donald Trump, he's a crypto billionaire. And as Axios explains, the Trump meme coin now accounts for 89% of his net worth. But there's more. They continue, the coin, technically a token that's issued on the Solana blockchain, has massively enriched Trump personally, enabled a mechanism for the crypto industry to funnel cash to him, oh goody, and created a volatile financial asset that allows anyone in the world to financially speculate on Trump's political fortunes. Sounds totally legit. I'm sure there's no reason to assume that this is going to be abused at all. Nothing to worry about, folks. Now, right after the Trump meme coin launched, the Melania meme coin launched, which caused the Trump coin to crash by around 40%, meaning a bunch of loyal Trump supporters who just pumped a bunch of their own money into the Trump coin lost a lot of money. And here's their reactions to that. So on the Leopards Eating People's Faces subreddit, user Technical Manager 921 shared this screenshot of the Trump coin investors reacting in real time as the value of the coin that they just bought fell rapidly. What's happening? It's dropping like crazy. A lot, but will bounce up. Are you sure? I just lost $1,000 since last hour. Will it ever reach 100 or something? I lost 1,000 too, brother, but remember, you only lose when you sell on red. Just remember, Coinbase is on the way, and a big drop is an opportunity for whales. They will want to come back for more. Don't know if things will go up from here, man. Kind of depressed here. Not sure if his speech will change anything tomorrow. Melania launched his meme coin. We are fucked. Meaning she launched her own? Yes, they fucked us. God. Now, in a video about this dip by YouTuber Crypto Capital Venture, this comment went viral for obvious reasons, with this person saying, "I was a massive supporter of Trump, but now I look stupid." Yep, you do, bud. I mean, it was kind of obvious by your terrible grammar, but nonetheless, yeah, that certainly confirms our suspicion. But there's another. Reddit user Inconsistent3 shared this screenshot to the Leopards Eating People's Faces subreddit of somebody who is now feeling buyer's remorse because of this shitcoin. Trump coin seriously peed me off. I was starting to feel optimistic about crypto with Trump's apparent executive orders, SEC overhaul, and many other things. Then he goes and released a meme coin, which just makes crypto seem like one huge joke again. Genuinely think he is now only trying to be positive about crypto for his own gain. No, you don't fucking say. And I can't see it ending well now. Seriously, I was a big Trump fan, but which president thinks it's a good idea to make a meme coin when they're about to be in charge of a very large country? Massively gone down in my expectations. Yeah, I mean, it's crazy. You know, it's not like Trump would ever scam his own supporters. It's not like there's a history of him doing this. That would be crazy, right? But listen, let's be honest. If Trump announced a brand new meme coin tomorrow and rug pulled the day after, you'd still buy the next coin he released the day after that, because that's just what he does, because he knows you all will fall for it again and again and again, right? And I mean, if you fell for it again at this point, I just have to expect that you're never going to stop falling for it, which is why he's going to keep doing this. But with that being said, I do feel very bad for you. So go ahead and type your name and credit card information down in the comment section, and I will reimburse you the money that you lost on Trump's behalf because I feel bad for you. Don't actually do that. I'm joking, obviously, but you were about to, right? You were going to do that. You have to stop. You have to use at least a little bit of common sense to understand when it's a good time to listen to people who say they're in it for you. Right? I mean, from the Hawk to a coin to the Trump coin, you have to understand that these attempts to scam people are particularly nefarious because they know that their followers are desperate and they trust them. They're preying on that. And they don't even care. They don't care that people are going to be hurt. If someone that you have a parasocial relationship with tells you to invest in their shitcoin, maybe it sounds good because you trust them, but you have to understand that they don't know you like you think you know them. They don't want you to get rich. They're selling it so they can get rich. It's not about you, it's about them. It's gross because they know that you're desperate and, you know, you're trying to find some ticket to wealth, but you have to understand that this has been done again and again and again. How many creators have done this? The president doing it, that's kind of a new thing, but I mean, all of the signs, all of the red flags are there to where by now you should understand what this is. But, you know, Trump's meme coin isn't going to be your ticket to wealth, and his presidency certainly isn't going to help you get rich as well, or even feel better, because his last presidency was effectively one big scam as well.
Trump never divested from his businesses when he became president. Forbes now estimates that he earned $550 million during his time in office. A huge chunk of that came from foreign investors and governments. Whose payroll will he be on if he gets back into the White House? Trump is planning another giant tax cut for the wealthy. To pay for it, he's giving two billionaires, Elon Musk and Vivek Ramaswamy, the authority to target programs average Americans rely on. He's putting billionaires in charge of key departments. Meanwhile, CEOs are descending on Mar-a-Lago like moths to a flame in order to curry Trump's favor. Musk, the richest person in America, has turned his giant media platform, X, into a cesspool of lies and bigotry in support of Trump. Jeff Bezos, the second richest person in America and owner of Amazon, has reportedly agreed to pay $40 million for Melania Trump's documentary, for which she's executive producer. Previously, Bezos blocked the newspaper he owns, The Washington Post, from endorsing Kamala Harris in the 2024 election. Mark Zuckerberg, the third richest person in America, has chosen to allow lies and bigotry on Facebook and Instagram, presumably in support of Trump. Zuckerberg says the deciding factor for doing this was the cultural tipping point of Trump's election. And this is just the beginning of the oligarchic takeover under Trump.
So he got extremely rich during his first term, and he's about to get even richer in his second term. And he's going to use the power of the federal government to facilitate another major transfer of wealth from working class Americans like you to oligarchs like Musk, Bezos, and Zuckerberg. And all of the tech oligarchs who are lining up to kiss his ring are doing so because they want to cut after he robs you again. But that's apparently not enough, because he's also preying on the undying loyalty of his own followers by scamming them with the shitcoin, because he knows that there's going to be no accountability whatsoever. Not only will he get away with it, but they're still going to support him even after he scams them. I mean, think about this. He got away with an insurrection. So he's coming in to the second term with near total immunity thanks to the Supreme Court. So, of course, he's going to get away with a shitcoin, right? It's not even going to be a blip on the radar of crimes that he inevitably commits as president. And it's just, this is why he does it, because you're going to have cognitive dissonance, not fight through it, and you're going to say, well, you know, maybe there was a reason, or maybe Trump was duped. There's going to be some rationalization, because whenever Trump does something that's obviously bad, his followers find some way to rationalize it and justify it, because MAGA is as much a cult as it is a political movement. That's why he's scamming you, right? Now, Voidzilla explains how absurd all of this is in a video and talks about the Melania coin and how that's an even bigger scam than the Trump coin.
These meme coins obviously have no value except to redistribute wealth from poor, regular people to insiders, rich people, early people, snipers, developers, the infrastructure that makes all this happen. You are just being used as a piggy bank. Not to mention, Melania's coin also unlocks sooner than Trump's did. So they don't even pretend like it's even as serious of a project. It's like even more of a grift. Unlike Trump's, which locked for 3 to 12 months, this one locks for 30 days and then only for 13 months. So it's just so obvious. Does anybody see this? I don't know. It's wild. And because all the crypto people have aligned themselves sort of with Trump, because they thought he was going to be the next Satoshi Nakamoto, create the Bitcoin strategic reserve. Instead, he turned out to be Hawk to a girl. And pivoting on that is hard, because he also not only appoints the law enforcement, he also appoints the regulators of crypto. So you've got Coinbase, Binance, Kraken tripping over themselves to list this token, which is going to wreck a lot of people. I mean, I know we love to make fun of Hawk to a girl, but if you actually think about it, Trump's coin is going to hurt way more people. It's a coin that stacked 4-1 against you, where the guy against you is the president of the United States. So everyone who's not in crypto, you guys probably know what the S&P 500 is, right? That's back in the day, we used to buy companies that were built around earnings, profit, fundamental valuations, okay? I know this is ancient times, but the S&P 500 is the collection of the best of those companies and a basket of companies. So I was looking at some of those, and a lot of them have market caps lower than the Trump coin at its peak. At the peak of Trump's coin, meme coin, it was worth $70 billion full diluted valuation. FedEx is worth $65 billion. CVS, $66 billion. Target, $64 billion. Not even worth what Trump started a day, 2 days ago, is worth. Now, of course, I want to say full diluted valuation is a very misleading metric, but that is the equivalent price people were paying. Just think of it that way. People were willing to pay the equivalent of, for one little share of the Trump meme, that they would have paid for Target with actual stores. It's crazy.
Yeah, so it's a bubble that is inevitably going to burst and hurt a lot of people, and there'll be no way for them to recoup those losses or hold the person who scammed them responsible, because he is literally the president of the United fucking States. There's nothing anyone can do except cope and seethe. But I mean, nobody should be surprised by now how brazen this is, because Trump is a lifelong con man. On one hand, it's sad because so many people are going to be hurt by this, but on the other hand, if you haven't learned by now and you're still falling for Trump's grifts in 2025, I mean, really, you have no one to blame but yourself. He doesn't give a fuck about you, And you have to understand that he's there to enrich himself and not you. Get that through your thick skull and understand that he is waging a class war on all of us, and you're not going to be exempt from the class war that he's waging on us because you're loyal to him. In fact, he's going to try to squeeze you even harder because he thinks that he can, because he knows that you'll fall for it. So if you did fall for this, I'm sure none of my viewers did, but if you're one of the people who finds this video that fell for this, I'll leave you with some wise words from a great philosopher.
Congratulations, you played yourself.
I'm gonna come.
Do not come. Come.
Welcome to the Come Zone.
Come.